Okay, so welcome to skill number 2. Skill number 2 is the line of best fit. So first we're going to start off by defining what the line of best fit is. The line of best fit is the straight line that best represents the data. So as we see down here, in your graph down here, it looks linear, so we're going to draw the line that best would fit this data. So it can either go through some points, no points, or all points. So when you draw the line of best fit, you want to do it kind of like in the middle of all the points. So you might need a ruler for this. So if you look down here, again, these are our data points, and we just learned in the previous skill how to plot those data points. So now we're going to draw the line of best fit, or the line that best fits the data. So if you look at my data here, the line of best fit is probably going to go somewhere through here. And you want to make sure it's kind of in the middle of all the points. So you want it to be a good representation of how your points are lining up with one another. So that looks about right. And as you notice, the line of best fit might be slightly different depending on where you draw it. So like this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points below. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So you want to have about the same amount of points below and above your line of best fit. So that's going to kind of differ. So your equation of the line of best fit. So the hardest part is not drawing it. It's actually finding the equation of the line of best fit. So we're going to do this just like we used to in our linear equations unit. So remember our equation of a line, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so if we look at this graph, to find my slope, I'm going to pick 2 nice points on the graph. And when I say nice points, I'm going to pick the ones that are like crossing a grid line. So like this point and this point works really well. So then I can make my triangle here and find my rise over run. So if you notice 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces is 0.1 of a space. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is 0.1, or no, 5 is 0.1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about 1. So it's about 0.19 for my run. And my rise, let's see, it's going up by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going up 8. So my change in y over change in x, or my rise over my run, is 8 over 0.19. My rise was 8. And my run was 0.19. So 8 divided by 0.19 is about 42. And my y-intercept is not really easy to tell because it doesn't go through the y-axis. If my graph kept going to the negative numbers, it would. So we're going to kind of have to do some math to figure it out. So if you remember, in order to find the y-intercept of an equation, we need to pick a point on the graph. So on our line, so let's see, this line seems pretty good. So it's about so this point is about 0.1. So ours is about this is about 0.14, and y is 5. So do y equals mx plus b. I can use my slope as my 42, and my x is 0.14, oops. And I'm trying to find what my y-intercept is. So I can just do some simple algebra. So let's see. 42 times 0.14 is 5.88 plus b. And then I can subtract 5 minus 5.88 to get my b value is actually about 0.88. And yeah, it's probably going to be just below, as you can see. So my equation of the line of best fit, so I have my b and I have my m. So it's going to be 42. Oh, and it's negative, sorry. Minus 42x minus 0.88. And that is my equation of the line of best fit. Oh, sorry. So that's my equation of the line of best fit. I first found my slope by using the triangle method, rise over run. And then since my line of best fit didn't cross my y-axis on my graph, I had to calculate it using algebra. So I picked a point. I picked this point here, which was about 0.145, and then I plugged this in for y and this in for x, so I can kind of draw those. And I used my slope for m, and then I calculated what b would be. So b would be negative 0.88. So then I used this b and my slope, and then that gave me my line of best fit. So that is how you do line of best fit. If you flip the page here, this is kind of saying, this is asking you which line of the 3 lines that are on there represents the best line of fit. So if you notice, C is going completely the wrong direction. So that does as my data. My data is kind of going up this way. A is way too steep. Most of my data is below it, so that's not a good line of best fit. So B is actually the correct line of best fit. It's the one that most accurately represents my data. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points above and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points below, which is good. You want half your data above and half your data below. It's a good line of best fit. These 2 points would be outliers. So yeah. So try number 2 on your own, and then you're going to be asked to draw the line of best fit in the rest of the skill and to write the equation. If you're having trouble writing the equation, it's definitely something you would want to get help on over at the table. All right? Thanks for watching.